Hi everyone, Sandy here. Welcome to my craft room tour for Country Craft Creations. It's been about a year since I did a tour on my craft room, so it looks a little bit different than it did a year ago. Recently, I moved the table from the center of my room and put down this pretty shag rug in an aqua color. Lots of room for the cats to lay around and frolic on. I just like the more open look, and as you can see, everything is lined up around the room. So I'm going to share a little bit about what I have in this room. First of all, on this wall, as you walk into my room, on the left, I have this set of IKEA bookcases. This one is turned on its side with the drawers. All of that in the first 4 cubes is my Graphic 45. Paper are collections in plastic 12 by 12 envelopes. Actually, they're probably 12.5 by 12.5. And each one will hold the whole 12 by 12 collection, the 12 by 12 patterns and solids, if there's an 8 by 8 or a 6 by 6, and all the chipboard and other elements of that collection, also the scraps. So some of them are just scraps, some of them are full collections, and that is where I keep my Graphic 45. Then here on top of the counter is my punches. I don't keep a lot of punches, just the ones that I like to use. I keep them in an old Dr. Pepper case. Makes it handy. That's my recharging station. My tools here for my Big Shot. I have an electric Big Shot that I love to use. These holds the different dies that I have. And up here on this case, which is an IKEA CD case, I have my acrylic stamps and a few 6 by 6 paper pads. This shelf is just for knickknacks and finished projects that I have. These are plastic jars. This is where I put scraps of ribbon, or like the seam binding ribbon that is left over from my projects from Country Craft Creations. And up here I have my ribbons organized by basic colors. I have my aqua blues, my beige, my reds, yellows, green, pink, white, Halloween, and natural or cream colored. Okay, underneath these cubbies next to the Graphic 45 collections, I have 2 drawers. This one has my glue sticks, extra blades, tape I use on my Big Shot, my small glue gun, and the second drawer has other small tools that I don't use very often, but occasionally, like the staples and different size punches and the pliers. And down here in fish and tackle boxes, let me get one of these. This is where I keep my rolls of Hug Snug seam binding ribbon. It's perfectly, each one fits into a slot. So I got those at the Bass Pro Shop or Cabela's. This is different supplies: score tape, extra glue, cleaning supplies, paper towels, hand sanitizer, extra baby wipes. And this tote here, I can't show you because that's my Texas retreat project that I'll be teaching. So I don't want to spill the beans on that just yet. In this corner of the room, in the corners, you see a ladder shelf, which is a half ladder. And that's where I put finished projects. And in this other IKEA bookcase, I'll zoom in and show you what I have on that underneath my ribbons. So on the top of the ladder shelf, I have a Graphic 45 project, and that green cloth basket has vintage buttons that are on cards. These are some more of my projects for Graphic 45, also for Country Craft Creations. And down there is the cookbook designed by Tamara that I did from one of her kits. And below on the floor, or above the floor, on the last rung of the ladder, is rolls of ribbon in a large basket down there. Okay, so on this shelf on the left side, I have my little storage boxes for scraps of cardstock. This is an idea from one of Tamara's organizing or cleaning your craft room videos. So I have 3x4s and 3x5s together. I trim down to 5x7 or 4x6 mats. with my leftover cardstock. And in this cubby hole, I have my graphic 45. See if I can show you stamp sets in these plastic sleeve containers. This round box I made for Country Craft Creations, a design team project using graphic 45 and some of the graphic 45 roses. And I have my vintage buttons in this box. Down below are my embossing powders on a rolling, revolving unit that just spins around. And then down here is my staples from graphic 45, my tags and some of their albums back there in the back and boxes. And then down here are plastic office file folder type envelopes with the button closure or the string closures that I like to put my scraps in. Grandmother's sewing machine cabinet. There's no sewing machine in it, and some of the knobs were missing, so I replaced them with pretty glass knobs in different colors. Underneath is a vintage suitcase that I keep finished Halloween projects in, and underneath that is my green guillotine cutter for chipboard, which I will be moving to a new location over here on the other side of the room, so I don't have to pick it up off the floor. This is my basket of chipboard scraps, my inks that are, sorry about my arm, Color Philosophy by Prima. I love all those inks. My graphic 45 inks that match their paper colors, and then some StazOn ink, as well as Memento ink and Lawn Fawn for stamping. Paintbrushes, an album that I finished. I have different tags on the wall. Some of my favorite rubber stamps that I like to just keep up in here. I have my border punches, my Nouveau embellishment mousse, some Nouveau glitter drops, as well as glitter here. Just different things. A little shadow box I made of miniatures in memory of my dad, my daughter's shadow photo, and just different things like that. My button string, things on this case. And this is a layout I made for graphic 45 for one of their shows. Okay, so next I'm going to share my workspace area in this corner of the room. I have a 3x3 table that I work on with my camera set up above it. So that's on a tripod. And I have an arm extension for my video camera. And that is a TV in the back there. That's my latest project that I created for Country Craft Creations using the graphic 45 love notes. My chair. I have an IKEA cart. That's my trash basket that I emptied before I did this video. On the cart, on the top, you walk in, I have my chomper tools, different adhesives, extra glue, my iPad, sanding block. Down below that I have some of my punch boards, and then down below I have the circle cutter that I got from Country Craft Creations and another punch board. Back here behind my chair I have these cabinets. Not all of them are labeled, some are empty, but I keep things that I'm either working on or that go together, like I have it labeled birthday, Halloween, Christmas, and then also have my fuse tool. And then I have a Route 66 album that I haven't finished, and I have a tote for Valentine's stuff and for recipes or cooking albums. And way back underneath there is my finished cards and envelopes. And then way underneath I don't have anything because I couldn't get to that anyway. Up here on the shelf above my desk I have finished projects, some projects that I still need to do a few things on. The plastic drawer containers I keep electronic cords, memorabilia, pencils, tape, extra adhesives, my tutorial printouts, and things like that I need to just keep in drawers. Okay, here I have this green cabinet it's a tabletop cabinet that I bought at a antique store, and it had green wood knobs. So I took all the knobs off and replaced all of them with pretty different glass knobs. And I really love that. So all of these contain, most of them, some are empty. This one contains like gemstones, rhinestones, pearls, move this out of the way, little frames. This is a photo frame that I liked, and I put paper under the glass. So I use it as a tray for different things that I don't want to lose. This drawer has wooden knobs or feet, small magnets, large magnets, and foam adhesive. This is a Graphic 45 calendar project that I made several years ago. And in this top drawer is empty. Button, string twine, baker's twine, empty. And this one has started sticking, and it is empty too. So I've got room for stuff. I've done a lot of cleaning and purging. These are a couple of more projects that I finished. I need to share these on my blog and video. These are made with my cat album tutorial to show you that you can make something different besides the cat album. Some thread in a pretty basket I found. And another project of mine that I did for Country Craft Creations, the Love Notes box. Cabinet beside the green cabinet that sits on the counter. I have this cabinet that I keep labeled. Most of them are labeled for small things like spacers and charm holders and charms, latches, paper clips, etc., doorknobs. But some buttons and jewels and tassels, just all kinds of different small embellishments, hinges, latches, and metal corners are all in this case. Down below in this cabinet, I keep these plastic totes. They have projects that need to be finished and or projects I need to start. Some are empty, which is a good thing. And then here in this basket is new product. This is just a spare little table that I can fold down and put out of the way. And in these drawers are just different things like tape and paint and stuff like that. The cabinets with the doors have boxes of pictures that haven't been put into albums. Now this case here holds my artisan cardstock. I have black and the cream, craft red, green, black, blue, navy blue, and then specialty papers, some of the spectrum papers and the leather paper. And then I have cheaper black cardstock and craft cardstock that I use for prototypes of projects. And then I have regular chipboard and black chipboard in this case. This case here is all labeled. This is where I keep like my authentic collections and Echo Park for Halloween. I also have some Prima collections here and a couple of empty totes down there. And this is where I keep my flowers. I bag them all up or use the packages and clip them to this revolving clip case so I can just turn it around. And this is my extra office chair that Fizz likes to sleep in or sit in and look out the window. Okay, so that's my craft room tour. I want to thank you so very much for watching today. I have the window open, sunlight's coming through, so I really like the table being moved there into that corner so I can get a lot more light in. And I want to invite you to check out Country Craft Creations online store for most of your crafting supplies. It's a really great online store, very fast shipping. Plus they have a group on Facebook, a private group, Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations, that you can ask to join. You do have to answer some questions, but there's lots of free tutorials, and all the designers have YouTube channels with free tutorials, so you really want to check that out. So here's I'm going to try to do a slow pan of most of my craft room, which oddly right now, all the cats have left. They're sleeping, I presume. So thank you again. Bye-bye.